mana system isn't exactly hard so far. I'm almost not exactly almost done with it. I still have a ways to go, but this is what I have so far. And I've been thinking that each layer I'll do this, and I'll add a barrier block over it. But yeah, I want to encase it into stone, and I'll change the design as I build up. But anyway, that's not really that important. Um, the mana system isn't weird or anything yet. So what I'm doing is I'm making it so every 50 mana, so that's 5 of those boxes down there, a limit is imposed on a person that wants more mana. And to get more mana, you have to eat more dragon hearts that don't unlock your limiter. So I think the max amount of dragon hearts you can eat, the max amount you can upgrade your capacity. I want to make it 50, but I'm already struggling with just the amount I made it right now. So when we add 200 blocks, which would be 10 more blocks, not 200 blocks, but after we add 100 more mana, which would make you at 20, I'm at 200, we'll see how many 20 more boxes we add. That's what I mean, like, boxes look cool, but I don't think they're the best, like, symbolizer for mana. Wow, I can do it in 5s if I do boxes. I feel like tallies for 5s are better, even though boxes look better, because the tally marks, like, I don't know though, because the boxes definitely will look cooler if they were taken away. It sucks though, because like Minecraft, it won't allow me to move the position of my mana bar. I could like put that over the hunger bar, and like, that'd be cool like that. Anyway, that's enough of that. The whole point of me starting up a live stream is so I could actually work on this and not just look stupid while doing nothing. So this does this. What this does is executing on behalf of all players with scores of mana heart equals to 2. For this whole thing to stop working, you would just want it to do this. Execute on behalf of all entities with a mana. With all entities. With all. With scores equal. Nah, there's a problem with this. I'm really realizing I could have condensed this. I could have made it so this took this off, and then this right here imposed another limiter. Because if you see what I did, I made it so right here's the limiter, but yeah, I could have just put the limiter right here. I wasn't thinking that far ahead though. But I could really just design all the limiters ahead of time. I'm really thinking about it. Why should I wait for the limiters when the limiters are perhaps the most cumbersome things I could be doing? Eventually, when I'm done with the mana system, I'll probably go back and name each and every one of these command blocks. Like this row, I won't name this, but all the limiters. Because, like, if something breaks in this system. No, the thing that also here's me, I know I said I wouldn't be talking, but I'm gonna talk for a while, obviously. It's just that Java, the Java version of this, like, they're going to make it so it has parity with Bedrock. Like, Bedrock's gonna have parity with Java. It means the features are going to slowly, merge. Like, they're gonna change the combat system to Java's combat system soon and all that. Which I honestly have no problem with. It's just the fact that Barrock's command system, I honestly kind of like it, but I know it's limited compared to Java's. I was just hoping that they would add all the all the Java commands in a Bedrock way, but they probably won't. Anyway, it's just something I like doing with your time. Right now, my mana heart is at 3. It's at 2. So it's executing on behalf of all people with a mana heart score of 3. And yeah, no, I think I'm gonna make mana hearts the only way you can get mana, even for other people. Even for mages. Nah, I think I'll make it so for mages. That would mean mages wouldn't have a limit. Maybe if you awaken, maybe there's a true awakening method where you can skip all the mana hearts. But it's super hard. I make like a dungeon for that, and you have to get past the dungeon and go to a ley line. And the thing about that way is you can choose to have more mana than somebody. Because the mana system is probably, depending on how many boxes, going to end up going to at least 400. I don't know how many 40 boxes will look. Will they stack under each other? Can I get the boxes going under each other? Because if I can get the boxes going under each other, not in a straight line, then this will look cool either way. Because you don't need all that area right there. Like, this just staying on your screen doesn't really hurt you too much. Yeah, it looks a bit annoying after a while. But I mean, it's not going to kill you. See, that's why I wanted to keep the scoreboard set display up though, because some people might not like having this on their screen 24/7. But like, I'm gonna use the scoreboard set display on the side for something else. So I'm just gonna chill for a bit while thinking on my next steps, because I like this Dragon Heart awakening thing, this Mana Heart thing. What even is a Mana Heart? It's technically not a Mana Heart, it's just a crystal. It's mana that concentrated and crystallized. So, what a Mana Heart is it's basically a mana crystal, but it's a mana crystal that has a very large concentration of mana in it. And what you would usually do is you would eat this crystal. Of course, just like other ways to awaken. But somebody would grind the crystal up and you would usually eat it. And there's ways that you can gain mana by sensing it in your area. But like, I think I might add that with the mana system, but the only way that can happen, yeah, no, because the mana heart, none of this stuff is relying on your mana hearts. Mana heart is just a way for you to be able to get mana unlimiters. Because if you didn't have the mana heart thing, you could still get mana. Mana heart, what it just does is makes it so. Because what mana heart is also doing is your organ. It's going to be like a certain organ. But your mana capacity is like a diamond. Or a concept like that. But it's ethereal. It's not in your body. It's like, it's hard to explain. that's your man. If you were to have multiple of those, see, the more I'm thinking about it, I'm trying to think of different methods to awaken mana besides just this. And I think when I'm done with my mana system here, I'll go and I'll record myself making a ley line. Of course, I'm gonna take coordinates off for this stream though, because I don't want anybody going back in the stream and watching where I put this. But what the ley line is gonna have is it's gonna have various different mobs and things like that where you can go. But I mean, I guess if you wanted to, when you didn't want to spend all your money on Dragon Hearts, you could awaken mana through one Dragon Heart, have 50 mana, go to a ley line. And what the ley line will do is it'll like remove the whole Dragon Heart system from you, and it'll give you pure mana. And the base mana that somebody that gets it from a ley line can get is around 200, I think. Should I let that happen though? The thing about it is I don't know. And there's also the sensitivity method that I was talking about. Sensing mana. Maybe you need to gather a certain amount of materials. And there's like a ritual where you're allowing yourself to sense it. And once you finally recognize what mana is, you make some type of vortex to pull it into your surroundings. That is probably going to be something I'll add in like the latest version. That'll allow you to go over your limits. That's the true, it's like a cultivation method. Alright. So that's enough thinking about that, because it's not going to be something I can do anytime soon. Alright. So what this command block already is going to do is if you have Mana Hearts version 3, it's going to tag, remove. For some reason I don't feel like that's how a tag thing works. I didn't know you had the target selector further removed. I'm thinking about it. I could add an updating system with tags. If I know how to use the command blocks, but tags, they are actually a bit more limited because let's say, right, you have things that can give you more tags. It's still hard because you can't get more than one tag at once, if that makes sense. So if I were to drop something again, you would need different mana crystals. I would have to make like a tag number system where I could just use this wordboard and whatever. I'm not saying using tags would be impossible. I'm sure I could find a creative way to use tags instead of this wordboard, but what's the point in that? It's too much work for no reason. For every limit, that means it's one breakthrough you would have to go through. So for every single limit that you currently have, you have to go through a breakthrough. To increase your capacity. It's gonna be the same for health, but I won't do that for right now. I'm gonna make a system where you can get more hearts. I haven't tested that out. I'm really thinking about it, but it's not rocket science or anything. I could just make it so if you have scores of 1, wait a minute, that wouldn't work. Because if you repeat a heart boost for a health boost, then, let's see. Getting repeated health boost constantly refreshes how much hearts you have. But if it's a one-time thing and it's only one burst of health, then that doesn't happen. So if I want to permanently give somebody an extra 2 hearts, what would I do? I'll think about that later. See, I'm over here tripping. I need to finish this first. So, because this is the beginning command box over here. You guys want to place this. What this means is this gives you mana heart. You have mana 0. Whoa. And then you get mana equal to. So your mana square off group is already going to be 1, so you're going to have that self-imposed limit of 1 instantly. Then you're going to have another breakthrough at 2. You have to break through 1 to get to 2. When you do that, you have another limit at 100. And then when you break through 2 to get to 3, see, the thing is, that's a problem. It doesn't seem like a problem, but adding things like that, I want to make this like, so you have to work hard, you have to actually play the game to get this stuff. But I don't know if this stuff would derp out on realms, if that makes sense. So if I were to buy a realm with the game like trip, if I want to make all this and make it look easy to play the game while I'm not playing it, because truth be told, I'm probably not going to be able to get more than like, my playtime is going to get cut in half. It's going to get cut even farther down now. Like a week, I'm probably going to be able to get like an hour or 2 in the entire week. And that's just at the beginning, because most of my classes don't start until a slight bit later. One of my classes was starts in October. I didn't know college was like that. Maybe I just booked it weirdly, I don't know. But I thought that was interesting. Yeah, that stream yesterday, I'm probably gonna have to private that as well. I don't know, I feel like you can say words like that, it's just, I don't know, I'm probably just private that. I'm just like, not really used to saying it. When I relax, I do realize that I don't use how I usually talk. I'm like, I guess I use a lot more words to make myself look intelligent. When I'm not relaxed, when I'm relaxed, it's like a mix of slang and like intelligent words. It's like when I'm about to vocabulary, like you just constricts. Anyway, guys, so I actually, this is difficult. I'm thinking of something that isn't a mana system, which is my problem. I need to stop doing that. But the thing is, I'm also thinking, what should the limit be for it now? Because when this goes out to be playable, I want to at least have all the updates up to bloodlines added. But the problem is, the basis of all that is some type of energy system. Because if I add an energy system, I won't have to have a cooldown system. If that makes sense. Because we're going to use your resources more carefully if you know you can't spam it. And realistically, I mean, some things might have a cooldown if you don't have instant casting on, I guess. Because there'll be different, like, components of spells, I guess. If you have instant casting, then it only deletes your book, there's no cooldown. But sadly, because I can't make, like, a menu, like, I can't do that, right click on the menu, and then scroll through different spells I have, or techniques. I have to make it so people have to take up, like, slots in their hotbar with books, or pages that they can drop. Which was an issue I was thinking about, because this is how somebody's stuff gonna look. Yeah, of course you don't really see people like in armor, that's kinda funny. That's cool, not Pokemon. But you might see somebody with, let's say if they're trying to play the game regularly, they'll have a loadout that looks something like this. And have some type of building block. And then they might have some torches. Which leaves, like, this is just how I would imagine it, by the way. Something like this. Meaning, and that's a problem. Because think about that. A mage doing this, you have limited inventory slots like this. So that forces you to have less spells or less things in your hotbar. You would have to throw some of this in the back, and you kind of need these, so you would be like this. Meaning you have 4 spells on your hotbar. It's just you have a limited space. I can't make something with, like, there's an interface you can click in, and you can select a spell, and you can use the spell by right clicking. Like, I can't do that. Which limits the stuff that I could really do as far as the spells, the shapes that come in. I was thinking about adding a method, right, where you charge the set spell up. Like, you charge the set spell up, and then what happens is, when it's fully charged, you're able to do something and really use it. That would definitely save a lot of things, but, like, that would be too hard, because how do you even charge up a spell? Maybe shifting powers up. I don't even know. See, this is hard. I think I'll go with the simplest method, where you still, you know what? Why am I thinking about things that's going to be in the spell research up there? Calm down. So, starting off, 1 breakthrough, 2, 3 breakthrough to 3. Now, the problem with this is, I know myself that if I go to 500 mana, I'm going to have a problem. But the thing is, the advanced spells in this game, the profound spells don't exactly mean they're stronger than advanced spells. That means that the spells are, like, no, they, in most cases they do, but in some cases they don't. Like, original magic, for example. So let's say you are mostly a mage or a spellcaster, and you make your own original spell. That's what it would be called. This original spell makes it so that it has multiple features. But the first feature is it is supposed to basically make it so at a certain point around you, you can blow up your surroundings within a certain radius. And it's like a mana bomb. It's like a mana flare you're letting out throughout your body, and you're sending it in like all directions around you. This is the original spell. No, no. Because the spell won't be in the game to begin with. So how this will work is, depending on your original spell's effect, if it's continuous, if it's an instant type thing, if it has set conditions. So basically how long it's going to take me to make it, and how complex it is, it'll take up more mana. I'll make guidelines for original spells. No. And you also have to submit your original spell for me to look at. Because I'm going to be the one making these, so I'll tell you each feature that you want me to add onto your original spell. Things like how wide the radius you want it to be, how much damage it does, what like affinity it's from, and all of this. You have to tell me that. And each of those will add varying amounts of mana cost. So for example, if somebody wanted to make an original spell that was like a fire, a rapid fire bullet, the fire affinity is already going to add a 5 mana cost on. A bullet, which means it's a projectile spell, adds 5, so it's already 10 mana it's going to cost. And you want me to make this rapid fire, so I have to make it so after one kills, another one spawns, and it keeps shooting like that. And that's already going to make it, that feature in itself sounds like something I could do. But that in itself makes it so that this whole spell, each time the bullet shoots, I think I'm going to make it take 10 mana from me. And the bullet's going to shoot a total of 5 times. So in total that's 50 mana, and you can't cancel once you start shooting it. I don't know why you would want that as an original spell. I want people to think big for original spells. They want them to think cool. Because like, this is their trump card. This is their really cool spell. And that's the highest tier magic, basically. Profound tier is just really cool stuff. But it's the advanced tier. Because the advanced tier will have things that should have cost 50 mana. Like, and if you only have up to 200 mana, think about that. You can only use an advanced spell 4 times. So it's either that, and I make it a lot of mana regeneration for certain things. People have mana regen. Because like that right there, that's a problem. It doesn't seem like a problem, but it is. If the advanced tier of magic costs that much, and you only have 200 mana, then I'm gonna have to nerf the cost of the advanced tier. Yeah. Oh. Wow. Um. So I actually just came to my own like a good idea. I wouldn't say it's a consensus. That doesn't make much sense. But um, the thing about this is, profound spells are gonna be things you make yourself. Like these could be personal domains and things like that. But also in the advanced tier, I'm going to add the highest level of that certain spell, which is a domain. Now the domains are continuous costing things. So the problem with what I'm doing right now, in the advanced tier there'll be multiple advanced spells, but they shouldn't cost more than like, yeah, because intermediate spells will cost a varying amount between 10 to 15 or 20 mana. So the advanced tier 25 all the way up to 50. So people will have to deal with it. I'm not trying to make more than 20 profits on the stream. Also, I was thinking when I'm done with all this, I don't know what the limitations of rounds are. And also, I don't know when the new update is going to come out. So, the new update is likely going to mess this entire system up and everything else. So, that's going to suck. But I still wanted to see if I can make this. And it's funny because I just got this proficient with it, but when they change everything up, it's going to be, I can do more things, it's going to get harder. Because I learned just, like, I basically learned most of the command system. On a basic scale though, I wouldn't say I know enough to make some of the things that some of these other people have made, but you know, I was trying to get the hang of it. It's funny when you start to get the hang of it, how they switch it up. But, you know, I'm kind of cool with the change. I feel like they should change it. I'm happy that they're going to. So what we want to do is we want to change each of these to, since we're at 100 right now, 105. Because all the mana regeneration methods and all that, you won't get more than 5 to 10 mana even if you upgrade it. Unless that's your origin spell. Origin spells are literally spells, any spells that you want. The spells are martial techniques as well, but martial techniques and spells are fundamentally different. A martial technique can be something grander, like you could ask for a punch that could punch through an entire mountain. already think I know how I'll be able to do that. I would just track it off the player's location, and then I can fill that area with air and make it do damage. It does seem like it's gonna be a pain to do. So this is 105, meaning there's 10 boxes. I don't have an updated mana hearts score, so no, it's really sad. I'm really thinking about it. See, now I'm gonna go ahead and like kind of break this for a second. I'm gonna do this to tell myself that the colors are different. But let's pause to continue on. Alright. Alright, that's 10. Now you see that? This is in 200 mana. Now let's continue. Until we get to 300 to see how that looks. Now this is 300 mana. This is your mana bar when you get that 300 mana. Now this is starting to get cumbersome, like it was bothersome. Like you wouldn't want this much mana. But then this is your mana bar when you get the 400 mana. Alright. That's 400 mana right there. Now this is already kind of obstructing your vision. Like look. Before, you know, it's a small thing, doesn't obstruct your vision that much. But that, I can feel that starts to get annoying after a certain point. That's just too much mana. For what you need that much mana is too much of it. Look, now, I will ask some people that possibly want to play it, but the cap is supposed to be at 500. So unless I change the symbols, this is just, it's not gonna work out. It looks the screen looks too congested. And people whose guys are gonna gravitate towards that is gonna interfere with them playing. That should be 50 entire boxes. Now that's 50 boxes going across. That might not seem like a problem, but that is a very big problem. It's 50 whole boxes. Now if that was tallies, it would go about half of the size of the screen. It would go to like at least half of it, so this would shrink. But this many like boxes of your mana, like, what do you see more? If somebody watches this, tell me, the boxes, or can you focus on playing the game? Because if you have this much mana, it just doesn't feel right. It doesn't look right on your screen. Because I can't like put the mana thing higher up. I can't do anything like that. If I wanted to move this up, I would want to move it to the top right, but I can't. At the top right, this wouldn't really distract you, but it's like directly on your action bar. So what am I supposed to do? This much mana on your action bar just makes it look bad. It looks weird now because it's too much. Now, of course, I can switch it. Like after you get past your first 100 mana, I guess I can make this even simpler because maybe each 100 mana I do something to make this like thing simpler. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing something like that. So when you hit 200 mana, for instance, it doesn't update you when your mana is in like. See that is the. I'm thinking about just making it so that you can only break through once. I meant twice. 100 mana is definitely way too limited. That's the thing about it, though. Having 100 mana is limited as hell because that means that if you make a profound level spell or you want to use an advanced spell, for instance, you instantly are gonna have trouble using the advanced spell. Because you can only use 2 advanced spells if they're 50, and let's say if you get time damage, it's gonna take up all your mana instantly. But this much mana on your screen is too much. It's too congested, it's just too much mana. So I even make a system where you have to do some quick math, and it says plus a certain amount after. I think I'll do that, because that would be much easier. And it'll go up plus 5. After you get to 100, you don't have to worry about that no more. All the way to us is plus 100. And it slowly drops, because the number on the side of your screen will be the only thing that gets bigger past that. I think I like that. That way I can actually go up to 500 and it will look right. It won't look messed up. Thank you, me. I'm actually a bit smarter than I thought I was myself. Because that system right there saves me a lot of pain. I can really just go plus 5. See? And if I keep going up with that looks cool. So then if I go 110, I have to type in the mana boxes, of course. Since this is the case, I'm going to copy and paste this block right here. That doesn't seem like the coolest thing I can do, but honestly, it's gonna save me a lot of pain. Because I won't have to ever... I didn't just do something stupid, right? No. So this tags you when you get a square mana R2. This makes it so your mana is set right there, and this makes it so it removes that when you get to this. Alright, now I'm fine. Save. We want the offset. The offset is good. We want this to slim down to 1. This is 1 block. This is gonna slim down to 1, and this is gonna slim down all the way to 1 because it's 1 block. And then you're going to want to save this as I just want a simple save. Alright. Now that this is you're just gonna go across. Nah, I wanna do this in a way that it should just get easier like this, because I'm copying a block that I don't need to add any of the squares in on, I just have to add the numbers in on. I'm doing this so I can add the limiters as I'm going on. I don't know how many blocks it's gonna take, but when I'm done with a block, I only have to load, and then I have to do that block and then load the next block. I estimate it could at least take this many to do what I want to do. But since I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna end up breaking the stone blocks when I'm done completely though. I'm adding all this stuff so this could be easier for me. It doesn't seem like it'll make it easier, but it is. See, I'm popping off. Doing my thing here, I'm doing my thing. Load. And then you want to put M. Load. Yep. Get this in, and then this will now be... Yeah, this should be much easier now. It's 110 right here. And this is plus 10 now. Yeah. Uh-huh. See? I mean, I feel like a normal person would have figured that out way sooner than I would have. I don't know. I don't really have a lot. I kind of feel like I'm dumb because I'm overthinking things when, you know, this is definitely something somebody would have came up with. If you can't add any more boxes, start using something else to represent it. You don't need boxes for each and every one. Which, you know, would sound obvious. Because in reality, I really could have just made it numbers. That's the idea for a future mana system. I'll just have a number down there. And the number updates every time your mana is ticked away. That way it's just a number and you have mana down there. Because this mana system right now, it's not bad, but I could definitely simplify this a lot more. And that's what we want to go for, simple, so that you understand how much mana you have completely. There's no, but I thought I had more than that. You know, you have a set amount of mana. See, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about myself complicating this because I want to do things harder than this. Like, how do I sit up there and complicate this stuff and it's not rocket science? This is as easy as 1, 2, 3. It's a shame. And it's like I overthink things, and things I'm overthinking are like command block placement or something. It's like, bro, are you good? It's not rocket science. This is easy. Yeah, you know, and it really realized how easy it is when I go and look on YouTube. I don't know, it's just people make add-ons and mods now. You don't really see that many command block creations, which is kind of sad because command blocks, I feel like anybody can learn that, and it takes even less time than, because like I like to call this a little pseudo language inside of Minecraft, and it's not hard to learn, you know. It takes time like any other thing, but I guess it might be a bit harder to learn to some people, but like all the things are already laid out in front of you. It tells you how to do the things. Unlike computer science or like coding in general, where computer science, you have to know at least the basic principles to excel at coding. Like, you can go in without even knowing the base principles and learn a language completely. But if you know the base principles, you'll learn that language 10 times faster, and you'll be able to learn any other language you want, because they're going to follow these same principles. Like things like arrays, functions, classes, conditionals, you know, assigning variables, loops, and all these different things like dictionaries and all that. Like, if you know about this beforehand, it's gonna be way easier. To go into some of this stuff because, how do I explain that? It's like math, for example. If you know the basic principles of math, such as your operations, how to perform like arithmetic, certain rules like logarithm rules, properties of addition, subtraction, multiplication, things like that. Algebraic rules, geometry, like all these different things and concepts. If you know these, going in, this is the base for another topic, and you'll be able to learn other things easier than if you were to only learn. Like, imagine if they taught you in school, but they will only teach you what was bare bones necessary to learn something. Well, learning things after that is going to be really hard to learn because they're going to have to teach you the basic level all the way up, instead of you having a decent foundation already. Why am I talking about this instead of just working on command blocks? Like, what the hell? Where did I go wrong? Shit. Alright, 135 it is. Over here talking like I actually know something. Look at that. 135. The more I look at this, the stupider I really know I am. It's a shame to say that. It really is, but I'm making this out to be rocket science, and it's not rocket science, not even a slight bit. And, like, the boxes on your screen, right, already represent 100. So I'm telling you to basically add 100 plus the number to the right of those boxes. And that's how much mana you have. Which is pretty simple, because I guess the boxes do look cool. I guess that's just, it's you imagining you have more boxes than that. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Because I like the whole boxes, but the mana system could just be better if I added numbers, if that's the case. Because I can easily keep track of a number. The boxes don't look... They're easy to keep track of, but because the boxes aren't just a single box, and you're making these boxes with... See, I don't know. I'm also digging again now, which I should really stop doing. But another problem I'm seeing is the whole ley line thing I had mentioned earlier. If I were to add this and not just have the mana heart system for right now, how would I make it a smart interface, if that makes sense? Like, I want to make it so that there's already existing, like, a title, a display title, existing for the amount of mana you have. Because if somebody decides to go all the way to... No, I could just set a limiter on what they can go to. Like, there's a max. And they get a title of Leyline Awaken. And what that means is they can get more mana than a mana person, but they also have a limit. Oh, yeah, no, I have an idea now. Nah, but I think I'll make that super hard to find and super hard to get. Like, you have to go through a whole trial and adventure mode. Yeah, and there's gonna be multiple trials. And that's like the trial of the gods. And if you make it to the end of that trial, you get what's called a growing mana capacity, where every couple seconds until it gets to the max, it'll grow. So you'll almost have infinite mana. But like that, to go through all that, that'll be something I add at the end, and there'll be like 20 different trials. And everybody can go through those, but it's not easy to go through those things. It's just... I want to, like, you know, this game is fun, Minecraft, but like the lack of things to do, in my opinion, there's a lot of things you can do in Minecraft. You know, you can do whatever you want. And me saying a lack of shows that my creativity, but like, I just see so much that this game could be that it's not. Like, you see all these cool mods and stuff like that. I know I've been talking about this for a while, but like, just imagine if this game like had, for example, we have this enchantment thing, right? Now, what's this odd language? Wouldn't it be cool if there was like a runic table that had that, whatever that language was, but instead of enchantments, you're able to enchant like, well, I guess there's still enchantments, but you're able to enchant books, and it'll give you like spells you can use instead. Like, think about that. That would be so cool. They don't even need to add that many to start off with. But you know, they grow them and they add some in like every update at least. The game would already, you know, get more interesting because of that. Or they could add a new. I think I'm just a magic nut. I like to just add magic systems into random things. It could be like a random game. Rainbow Six Siege with magic, fireball, and like you don't need magic in Rainbow. Like, nah, I'm just a magic nut for sure. I like my magic a slight bit too much. See, now this is the thing about this. I'm getting lazy. I'm gonna put this bluntly. I'm actually like getting lazy as hell. And the problem with that is, personally, I don't want to add another limiter. So I think I'm gonna make it so when you get to 150 this time, I don't wanna. There'll be a special breakthrough. Yeah, at 150 there's a special breakthrough. And if you break through this, you unseal the rest of your mana capacity. But it's very hard to do. What can I? Cause I'm lazy as hell, honestly. So what can I do to unseal the rest of this? You have to go through a process. I'll make the crystal, of course. Wait, I'm now thinking about it. Should I be the one that gives them the mana hearts? Because if they're able to buy these base, maybe if you're at a mana heart score of 4, which should be the max. Once you break through 3, what will happen is it locks you from gaining another mana heart score. So it executes on behalf of all entities or all players with a mana heart score of 4, and it, you know, to the scoreboard, players set all players with a mana heart score of mana heart score of 4 to a mana heart score of 4. Meaning that if infinitely sets you to a mana heart score of 4 if you're 4, so you won't be able, wait, that's a problem. Shouldn't it set you to a mana heart? All that does is make it infinite. But when you're not 4, it's not gonna set you to 4. It's a useless command block. What I'm trying to make it do is so you're stuck in 4. Cause, bruh, people can really just cheat the mana things, and the thing that adds a limiter won't be useful anymore past a certain point. I could always add an exclamation mark on it, but like, that's lame. Oh, I'm just basically trying to figure out ways to be lazy so I don't have to add a limiter. Even though adding a limiter realistically shouldn't take that long. I mean, realistically, I'm stopping players from getting too strong by doing this, so... Well, I use realistically so much. Realistically, and things I was saying made no sense. Honestly, it was a useless phrase. I didn't have to say realistically. It just was redundant and I was saying it for no reason. Anyway, what was I saying? It was something about mana scores. No, I think I'm just getting lazy. I really think I'm getting lazy here. Limits don't hurt too much, but I definitely want to make a limiter that you have to break completely. Oh, maybe this is a harder breakthrough. So the first breakthrough is that, the second breakthrough is that, the third breakthrough is that. But when you're breaking it to mana heart 4, it gets harder to break through. You have to do some things. So maybe you have to get... I could always make another one called a Supreme Mana Heart. You know, just to be lazy though, do I really want to be lazy like this? I could always just make it harder to break through 100 mana. Because that was meant to be the human max maybe. And once you break through 100 mana, you can easily get another 100 mana. Because I want to simplify this. That's my whole problem here. I want to simplify this. So I can do less work while just doing the same thing over and over. Because if you look at this, I've intimidated myself with all this. But I want to stop. I want it to be like, you feel your character growth. You start off with nothing. And if I don't have more limiters, it's not going to feel like your character's growing. Why would you want to play Minecraft then? I want to think like that. I want you to be able to play Minecraft, to grow and build and do all this. This adds a whole another set of features to the game. So while you're doing your regular thing, Minecraft thing, like making houses and all this, you could be researching spells on the side of that. Also, now I'm thinking about it, I need to also make a mining spell or something like that. I don't know how I'll go about doing that. See, that's the thing about this. Earth magic spells change the terrain. You'll be able to fill in. Of course, there's going to be offensive earth spells. But, like, those are going to be harder for me to make because I'm going to have to do some research on those as well. Because I can't just projectile bullet like I used to do. I could just make a sound, like a particle effect do it, but that's kind of lame. Because I'm pretty sure you could tie a damaging effect to a particle effect. I'm pretty sure that's what this add-on creator that made Tomans, he did. He tied damaging to certain particle effects. But now I've confused myself. See, I have a talent for confusing myself. Look, I either stop being lazy and just do this, or I think of a way to make it so I can't be lazy. Now, okay, let's weigh the pros and cons of doing this the way I want to. So this next breakthrough will be the last breakthrough. That's the lazy way. Now, I can make this a last grand breakthrough type thing where you have to go through different things to do that. But the cons of that is a player can get stronger too quickly. There would be ways where people can get multiple mana hearts at once, meaning that they instantly have no limiter anymore, and they can go up to that 500 mana without really doing anything. The pros to that is I get to work less, and I will be able to start the basic spells today. But the cons are this player growing strongly too quickly, which I wouldn't want. Like, as a mage, like, all one of your same age, you can be. Oh, that also makes me think about specializations. You can specialize in a certain thing. See, now, I'm also thinking about making it so people can only, like, for example, if it's a profound, like, level sword style, or you find a sword style, like, from an inheritance, only one person can get that. But then it's not fair because why? See, this is my problem. I'm thinking about other things to make up for me being lazy. Nah, I need to work while I'm talking. Because this is why I don't get anything done. Like, I literally do shit like that. Please, Jesus Christ. I hope I didn't just save that. I really like to clown myself like that. Matching. You see that? That looks cool. See, nope. Stop. Stop. I'm trying to get myself here. Why do I keep thinking about things that don't concern me right now? Forget about all this mana research systems and all this. It don't matter right now. They're irrelevant. It makes no difference what I think about those. They do not matter. They might as well not exist. That's my problem. I keep thinking about things that don't matter. They just frankly do not matter. I'm thinking too much. And the things I'm thinking about aren't of much concern. What I did before this, before I even started this project, I wanted to know how it feels to finish a project. Because if it wasn't for school, most of the time I don't finish projects. Like, I start a Minecraft project and I don't finish it. I just don't ever finish it. Because, I have to be honest, I'm lazy. I'm very lazy. It's something I've been trying to work on, but it's not, like, it's not working. So I split this up, and it's a total of 10 different things I'll slowly implement. And the first is the mana system. When I finish this, I'll go on, I have to type in my Google Doc all the basic spells. Then there'll be basic spells, then there'll be basic martial techniques, and then there'll be intermediate stuff and all that stuff. But, you know, every time I'm done, I'm gonna record a video and upload it to this channel, not Excel. And I'm going to show that I did this. This is the first part of the system. And I won't add tutorials because I'm already doing these long streams, and if people want, just I can go and show different parts, but I highly doubt anybody's actually watching these. So Yeah, it's just a thing I'm really doing as an hobby at this point, just recording these. Meaning I'm basically talking to absolutely positively not a single person. Wow, I am probably crazy. I'm probably actually insane. Wow, that's realizing that you might not exactly. Did I reset? Please tell me I didn't just reset. That resets the box. That's what that does, thank God. That's 145 or is that 140? 140. Apparently my memory can be trash too. Thought that's something I had a decent amount of. Huh. It's 145. Now I'm thinking about this. Even if I were to pay for a realm when I had enough funds to do so, what would be the point? Just really thinking about what would be the point? Because unless I spread word, and do I trust certain people? Because you'll come back and certain people will grieve. It's not like a server. I mean, that's the fun of it. Why am I thinking like this? That just kind of reminds me when I was playing on the Wii U. And like, we would always be trying to make things, and it would be random people I would invite in, but they would always grief, and they would try to blame it on somebody else. Like, they'll blow it up, they'll pour lava over it. Try to just be a general pain in the ass. Like, that's something I kind of miss. It's a shame that they took communities away on PlayStation. Those were very similar to that. Because on communities, you used to be able to go through, type certain things out, and have parties, and people would be able to join. You know, it'd be super cool like that. You can't do that anymore, though. You would have to make a whole event. And, like, the whole event system and things like that, that's, like, lame. Like, bro, what? And now if you look, this live stream is probably 50% of me talking. I, bro, I actually have a problem. Now, this, no being lazy. If I have thoughts of being lazy, I'll get down and do 100 push-ups, yeah. Which is something I'm gonna need to do anyway. I don't know, maybe it's nothing I'm lazy. Maybe it's that I am lazy. Maybe it's that I'm indecisive more than that, though. That's kind of what it's feeling like. Like, I'm changing features and thinking about different ways to do things every, like, 5 seconds. Am I indecisive? Yeah, no, I'm actually pretty indecisive. When I make it. That's why I don't finish projects. I always, bro, I'm really thinking about it. It's a mix of my laziness and my indecisiveness. Am I lazy because I'm indecisive, or am I indecisive because I'm lazy? I can't pick something because I don't want to do both deep down. Is it that? Or am I indecisive? Or am I lazy because I'm indecisive? I can't choose between one of them, so I just choose not to do it at all. Is that what's happening? I can't really tell. Like, I'm trying to look back through how I act. I can't fully tell. Is that why I feel lazy? Let's see. No, not in all cases. Maybe it's like a 50-50. Because I can't use that excuse for shit others. Because not knowing the right way to study or not knowing what to study isn't an excuse for not. So that's annoying. But when it comes to games, I'm not like that. When it comes to Minecraft, I'm nah, no. Like part of me probably is lazy like that. I think it's a mix. And this is just me not being able to multitask. Oh, we'll slowly start to break those horrible habits of mine. We're just gonna go what I want to do. Deep down, now currently, the moment you eat a mana heart, your mana heart score gains 1. So you're already at mana heart rank 1. And mana heart rank 1, what does mana heart rank 1 do to you? It imposes a cap on you. Mana rank heart 2, does it impose a cap on you though? See, am I okay? I highly doubt I'm okay. I think I messed the system up. Because if you have a mana heart cap of this test if you have 50. If you have 50, it does this. And then it does this. So it adds a tag to people with mana heart 1. This is limit 1. Which then sets your scoreboard to this every time you get to 55. Now, that's also a problem because if I do it this way, that means that any mana regeneration has to go by 5s. Because if it goes by 10s, then it'll go past the cap. But then again, that's our old cap. But still, you'll be able to overcap because you have mana regen. I didn't think about that. And if it goes by 1s, that would be really bad as well because then your mana, well, the whole mana system won't show. I'm obviously not going to be doing this by 1s because that means up to 100 I would have to have 100 command blocks. 1 for each one. And if I had other people working with me, I might have did something crazy like that. But I don't have other people working with me, so I'd rather not go through all that pain and suffering. You know, it's enough talking. I either do this shit or I don't do this shit. So how am I gonna do this shit so I can do this shit? I'm gonna mute my mic and just let us go in. Now, a thing that I don't understand is that could I just add the scores thing? Would I only execute on people with that score? See, this is also why I didn't want to add another limiter. It would definitely be cooler if I added another limiter, but I don't want to. Simply because there's already 2 limiters you have to break through. When you increase once, that's the second time. When you increase it, that means there's only 2 mana core increases. I gotta shut up. It don't matter what I'm saying at this point. It's not gonna make sense if there's only 2 mana core increases. Is limit already, like, let me check my tags. I can go past 100, so my tag shouldn't apply anymore. Alright. So at 3, you do get another tag at all. People with scores equal to boom boom. Mana. So if you have a mana, point equal 150, it will add a limit 3 tag to you. It is always active. So now I should have a tag. Limit 3, yeah. So now what I'll do is I'll execute on behalf of all players with a score, nope, with a tag equal, because you can only have this tag at 3 mana and at 3 mana heart and 150. 150 at mana, so tag is limit 3. Total. With a scoreboard. Players set all players with a scores of equal to 155 and so this should make it so I can't go over the cap. Unless I type one of those completely wrong, I can't go over the cap now. I've imposed another limit on myself. Thank God. The limit system is fairly simple because it won't work unless I'm at 150. So if I currently wasn't at 150, I would still have the tag if I decrease now. But the first time you hit 150, it applies this tag to you. See, now that's a problem though. You could skip your limiter completely. If you somehow got in contact with a skill that gave you 10 mana instantly. I just have to really be careful to make sure there's nothing with 10 mana instantly. All the things need to that have mana regen at least need to go 5 mana. Unless it's some bullshit where it doesn't make anything else matter. So that is currently the cap. Now I want to make it so if your mana heart increases, your mana heart increases to I now have 4 mana heart, so I technically shouldn't even have a limit anymore, because I don't have one of the required things for me to have a limit, but that doesn't matter right now. All we're doing next is we'll make it so execute on behalf of all entities and all players. Like how I just deleted the affirmation, it's all players with a with scores equal to dot 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 and mana heart. I don't know what my current mana heart is, so the struggle I guess, but mana heart equal to 4. So when you have a score of mana heart equal to 4, what it's going to do is it's going to infinitely remove the tags that you have, but it's only going to be able to remove the tag once anyway, so I want to specify what score is equal to mana heart, because otherwise I'm pretty sure this functions like an if statement. So if this condition is not filled, with you not having mana heart 4, this whole second part of the execute command won't execute. So this whole at selector doesn't really matter, but still I'm gonna do it. I don't think it works like that, so I do think it works like that, but I'm gonna still type this just in case it doesn't. Even though I could really easily test, and it won't take more at most than 30 seconds to test if it does or it doesn't, which would cut out a lot of the useless stuff that I'm putting in here that I don't need, but hey. So then we're going to remove the tag of the limit 3, and it's going to be always active. So I removed my tag, and I'll never have this tag back as long as I have the mana. That's kind of cool though. I could also make it so there's different things. Like, there's a way to make somebody regress back to a certain core. You can cripple them, for instance. So if you're like a martial artist, for example, and there's like something like, there's this type of poison, but when a poison ticks this last tick, it'll have a secret effect. Nah, I should just make that a profound level spell or a technique. Where you're able to cripple people and push their mana core back if you want to. It's like a time magic, but you can use it on somebody's body to rewind them and shrink their mana core. So you can update somebody's mana core to a lower thing than it's at currently. Which could also be an instant kill, that after they're dead, you rewinded them. I don't know if I should let some, if they have that much power, I'm gonna make it so that what happens is they have a mana core, and their mana Depending on what their mana's at, what it's going to do is it's going to cost all their mana, and all the mana that they have, their mana is reduced all the way back. You're using your whole mana core to basically reduce somebody else's mana core. I don't know if I should make that a permanent thing, bro. What's that? There's no way you can block that. There's nothing you can do against that. I mean, if you set up a force field, I guess, but if that hits you, you're fucked. Like, that's your mana core. It's regressed. That makes the game interesting, though. Like, think about that. If it's a 1v1 PvP battle, that makes PvP much more interesting because there's different things you can do. Like, there might be somebody with an assassin-like technique. They have assassin martial school technique. They, like, go invisible. They come out. Like, that'd be kind of cool. Oh. Nah. Well, I pinpointed multiple things, so I think does the same. I'm bad at multiple, I think. I am also pretty bad at big and I'm lazy. Nah, and I mean the lazy would make sense. I have admitted that I'm lazy. And it's my fault, it's something I'm kind of fixed, but on top of all of that, besides just being lazy, I've also noticed some other things. I am indecisive for sure. I'll think about something and make something overcomplicated. You don't need to always consider every last possibility of something because, simply speaking, in life you don't have all the information all the time. So you deciding and thinking of all these things and all this stuff you could possibly be doing, and then in situations when I should be thinking a lot more, I don't. I make it like a simple decision. Like in an FPS game, for instance. So basically, my thought process is backwards. Like, in the FPS where you won't want to be thinking so you can outplay people, I'll do something like people are pushing on me, and I'm just like, oh, this is simple. I stand here and fight them. Not considering anything else, like our position or anything like that. That's probably why I'm bad at. I don't even know. Weird. My brain is weird. I'm on weird timing. Oh, enough of the weird timing shit. So, enough of random spells I'm thinking of that won't be made for basically a long time. I might as well make the next limiter right now, but I don't want to do that, so yeah, I'm not gonna do it. Now, I'm just gonna slash give gods barriers. I don't want to accidentally break this, and this would be, it would make it harder for me to accidentally break my work. But any work that I've done, I don't want to accidentally break. I think I'm also gonna set it so if somebody comes over this pit, they get adventure mode. I don't know. I really, if the command blocks are explosive resistant, I'm pretty sure. Like, it takes a lot of like explosions for you to blow up a command block somehow. But still, I don't want to really take any chances because it doesn't seem like much. But if I have to go through this again, I'm probably go crazy. This is part of the reason why communities are really good, because, you know, besides just, I don't know why you would take communities off the alpha console or alpha system. Because communities were just so cool in general, because, like, you could find Apex squads there, you could find, you know, all these different people. basically made it so you would have to find them in game. I don't even know if events are still things, but there used to be a system on PlayStation where you can make an event and invite certain people to this event. Like, you can make a tournament, but I mean, I don't really. Only tournament I did was just my tournament, and that tournament was so early did. I'm really thinking of. There's definitely way better ways the tournament could have been made. Instead of it and I mean, a tournament at this point, unless it was like a joust or a conquest tournament, it wouldn't be fair. Because, I mean, I have periods that, like, only play duels or, like, are super sweaty on 1v1s. If they go, unless you, like, get your man or something, you're probably gonna get clapped up by them. They could be going anybody else in this map. They're that sweaty. Like, that, I'm not trying to do that. Dude, sweaty as hell. Barrier blocks. I placed one and I was wondering why I couldn't click on my own command block. I don't know, maybe because you have a block brain. Damn. I got myself. It's about 155. It's a phantom. Danny Phantom. That's, definitely how that sounds, yep. All this stuff that I thought wouldn't cost more than $5-10 a month, which does seeing that stuff costs like $20-25 for a cut of meat. That it's like a lean, healthy cut of meat. It's just crazy to think about, man. What the hell? So makes you appreciate your parents, man. Because they would do all this stuff for you, digging all these things when they really didn't have to. You know, I'm really struggling right now. Like, oh god. This is painful. Very painful, I think. Then again, you know, should be overreact. And now that I'm thinking about it, I mean, no. The good thing about this type of system that I'm making is it goes backwards too. So if I wanted to remove mana from myself, it's going to go backwards. For instance, like this. You see that? It goes backwards. I'm thinking about the cap being 200 for now. I'm not gonna lie to you. I know, like, that seemed weak as hell, but... You know what? No. Honestly, I'm doing too much right now. Nobody said I had to finish this in one setting. How about I get to 200, play something else, come back later, I probably won't stream later, not gonna lie. So when I end this stream, I'll probably stream again tomorrow. But my playtime has to kind of get cut off today because I have to finish this thing for this sponsorship these people possibly might give me if I meet their requirements. I think I do so far though. You know, nice little program. Get a bit of money, and I'll make the next 2 years of my life much easier than they really should be originally. Life. Never used to think about it, but I would stay young and stay there for as long as you can. I don't understand what that means. You can't go back though. It can't be long. At least not final. Still wondering where that time went. Like, I really, like, first I got blinked, you know. I was in freshman orientation my first year of high school, and then I blinked out of high school, about to start my first semester in college. Like, that's crazy. Like, that, when they were saying that, like, really feels like nothing in the grand scheme of things, they were not lying. Like, that 4 whole years of my life, it really feels like, even with COVID, it does not feel long. It didn't feel long at all. Which is just amazing. That's just wow. It'll probably be like that for college as well. It'll probably be a blink and I'm out of college and I'm already looking for a job and heading on my career path. That's crazy. Is that really how life is? Of course I'm like overdoing it. It's not probably all like that. But I still find it just kind of crazy. Life is just that short. It's where lifespans are just that short as well. Like if we think about this objectively, if humans had longer lifespans, you would have. We spend most of our lives in schools. If you want to have a successful future, like you know, a good future, good job opportunities and all this, you're gonna want to go to school. You know, that's already gonna take up first couple years of your life. You're gonna end up being like 14, and then you're gonna be, I don't know if you go to high school when you're 14. You probably do. 14, 15, around that I think. And then you're gonna go to high school, and then you're out of high school when you're 18 in the USA at least, unless you skipped a couple. And then you kind of go to college. And college could take just as long as your middle school took. Like, if you want, so I'm not getting my bachelor's, so let's do 4 years. But that could take a long time depending on what you're doing. But at a college, like the latest and like the highest age, like thing that you want to get, let's say if you want to get a PhD, you would be going back, and you would literally have like, I don't know, you would definitely be, and it would be a struggle for you because you'll be damn near like your late 20s. Now you'll be in your early 20s when you're coming out of college. But if you like want a different degree, depending on what you want, that could literally be, that could add like 4 or 5 more years onto what you're trying to do. Which I just find that's kind of crazy. Like what the hell? Lives just aren't long enough for that. But it just takes that much for us to learn. So you know, the only other way we could do something about that is increasing our lifespan. Which is hard because our lifespan should be getting higher, but some of them are getting lower. And of course, there's ways to reverse that.
But like things like diabetes, cancer, high blood pressure, all these chronic diseases and illnesses that you can have permanently from simply you repeating doing something unhealthy, repeatedly doing something unhealthy for a couple years of your life, and you have that now, and you can reverse it, but some symptoms might never go away. So the threat to your lifespan and all these other things could still, that could be reversed. Like you could extend your life still doing some of this stuff, but it's just crazy to think about. Of course, I think this knowledge goes, or hoping for this I mean, I don't know, because our bodies, it's like our bodies prepare ourselves for death. I think start preparing past the age of 40. So as you get older past 40, your body is going to start getting weaker and weaker and weaker. It's not going to be as noticeable, but after you peak, there's only one way to go down. There's only one way to go, and that's down. Unless you somehow can stay at the top, which I don't think is possible for our bodies. Because our bodies are made out of parts that have expiration dates on them, basically. Why am I thinking about this? What does this have to do with Minecraft? Like, literally, what does this have to do with mana system in Minecraft? This is what I mean. Do I just get distracted thinking about like random deep topics? Like, what even is this? Like, what does this have to do with Minecraft? Like, I don't even know what to say about myself right there. What does that even have to do with Minecraft? As fast as we're advancing, probably not advancing fast enough. This is painful. Just because it's painful, am I gonna stop doing it though? Oh, now the more I think about it, how would we even go about expanding our lifespans? There's nothing like this isn't a fantasy world where like there's something in the air, the atmosphere. Like there's nothing in the air that we can like cultivate our organs, our bones, our bodies to improve our bodies to increase our lifespan. There's nothing like that. Or even if there is, we don't have the current means to find what that is. So we have no idea. We don't know if chemicals can do that, but like we would have to somehow improve our organs, refine our organs to make our organs more like efficient, to be better, and to also so like they could do more. But how would you do that? Because it's made out of organic material. How would you go about improving somebody's like lungs, their kidney, their heart, their brain, so that it declines? You can add years on their lifespan by doing that. Because if you were simply able to improve somebody's brain and their heart, you could add at least 5 to 10 years onto their lifespan simply by just doing that. Because their brain won't like get fuzzy. You won't start forgetting things that you haven't did. Our brain naturally starts forgetting things at a certain point. Of course, like if you're an engineer and you work with that stuff until like you're in your 70s, that's gonna stay with you even as you're like getting older and dying. Because you did that every day. And as long as you continue to keep up and practice with all that stuff, it's gonna stick with you. That part of your brain is gonna decline. I think math honestly has something to do with keeping brain function up in older age. Because you see all these old professors that are 60, 70, some of them might even be like 80, and they're, teaching you, and they know all this stuff, and they aren't forgetting it, which is really amazing. But it's kind of cool. But yeah, no, if we were somehow able to improve our organs, we will be able to add years onto our life. Because exercising improves your muscles, your flexibility. Exercising your brain might improve your memory, your how fast you can think, and also it can improve your base intelligence. But most of the time it would just be how fast you can get to a thought. But that also starts debate. Just because you think fast, if you're stupid, you're gonna be thinking super fast with dumb thoughts in mind. So you're like, yeah, I don't know how to do it. You can be thinking hyper fast. The hyper thought process won't help you if you're not intelligent. You won't be able to find a solution to a problem faster. You'll just waste your time. Maybe that's for the future generations. Maybe they can think of a way to somehow improve people's bodies. Because exercise, all it gives you is a stronger, more flexible, and sturdy body. There's no way to exercise for your internal body. Like, I mean, your internal, yeah, your internal organs and all this. I mean, you can lose weight, you can gain more muscle and all this stuff, but how do we affect our external bodies with the exercises we're doing? I guess we can improve our lungs and our hearts. But when have you heard of exercises that help your kidneys? When have you heard of somebody improving their kidneys with exercises? Or improving their liver with exercises? Or improving their gallbladder with exercises? Like, you've never heard of that before. I guess you can make it so things don't slip. Wow. No matter how much you improve your body in general, like your internals are always gonna be your weakness if that's the case. Like you can think of all these people that have been working out their whole lives and they have like super strong bodies. Like it's hard for them to break bones and things like that. Those type of people still have a weakness, and that's their internal organs. That's their internal like body. Their heart is strong, yeah, but they can still have a heart attack. Their lungs are strong, yeah, but if something is still pierced those, something bad can still happen to their lungs. Would there be like any injections you can do to? I don't even know. We would have to change our bodies on like a molecular level, damn near, and that goes to the point where does that improving the human lifespan? When does that start to become breaking like the rules of science ethics, where you can't do certain things because it begs the question: are you playing God at this point? Are you treating human life like it doesn't matter? Because you would have to test this on different things. Why am I thinking about all this right now? It's not like I want to be a biomedical engineer or a biologist or a doctor or any of this. I literally want to be an electrical engineer. Like, why am I thinking about things that you know what? It's a cool thing to think about, so I'm gonna keep talking about it. But first, I'm gonna be right back.
She might also see some Fallout. I know I just came back with that, but yeah. Sorry, had to do some things that weren't exactly pleasant. See, this is making me gain appreciation for actual code. Because with actual like coding, this would be so much easier. It might be confusing at first to type it in, but after that, it would be able to automate itself. See, now, I want to keep going to 500, but I'm thinking for right now, this would be mana update 1 when I get to 200. Because, like, a profound level spell, for example. Let's say you really do get to 500. I mean, let's say the base 200 mana. And after you've broken through and all this. The problem is, yeah. Because that means there's a total of 4 limiters. 1. So, when you have 1, you step into that instantly.
And then a body limiter is imposed on you, so you can only have 50 mana. And then you break through, you can have 100 mana. As you break through again, you can get to 150. As you break through again, you can get to 200. But at 200, you can't get past that for now. Now, 200 mana is actually a decent amount. Because that makes it so if you want to cast a domain, and your domain ticks... The thing is, domains are OP. Because they have... It's an area of effect spell. That makes it so people can't leave unless they have a certain thing, or unless they break or pick up a certain item. But a domain would be like, once you reach past a certain place, it'll teleport you back, so you can't leave. As long as the domain is up. And that domain, like, if it's a lightning spell domain... See, I don't know if I should do that on the advanced tier, though. Think about it. I feel like that should be a profound level thing. That's profound spells right there. But no, I feel like an advanced domain should be. Because it's not a hard concept. You're making an area where the element that you specialize in is prominent. So you can make like a thunderstorm area where it's storming in this area, and periodically throughout this area, each block that you're not stepping on, thunder or like lightning flashes on, which is gonna lag the game, of course, but it would still be pretty cool. Or I could just make it so it doesn't clear your inventory, but you get like 3 things added to your inventory that you have control over. See, now that's not a good idea. I'm really thinking about it. Because in this domain type thing, I should make people. Yeah, no, there won't be any domain. I might have domains, but those techniques would be considered lost techniques. And you'll have to go through a trial to find those. Yeah, by the way, I was also thinking about adding dungeons, but there'll be dungeons that you can clear, of course, but mm, yeah, anyway, I'm tripping. This is hard. Like actually, the more I think about it, no, no, no. See, I'm making it hard. I'm doing this to myself again. Oh, I gotta go and check my food. I'll be back.
Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. Back at it. Whew. All right. Shit. What's it doing? It's 185. That's a shame. Acting like a fool on the internet. When will I learn? This is not rocket science. Probably could have did this when I was younger. At this point, I probably would have actually finished this. I've got this, Lacey. That's what that means. Wow. I used to build things like this. Not a command system, but mini games using redstone. They weren't any good, of course, but you know, there's still things I did. It's interesting. You see that? Yeah. Wait, that's a problem. I started tripping. How did 200? Whoa, 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 whoa. Well, I started smoking, didn't I? 180. Oh. Yeah, I started smoking towards the end. That's 90. This is not. So this is 195. This is just 95. This needs to be 100. Mm. Alright, so we have to make another limiter. We're gonna destroy all these right now, because for right now, in the future, I might reiterate, like, have another mana update when all is said and done. But for right now, the mana limit is 200 because, frankly, just look at how many command blocks this is just for the mana system. And I've seen things, you know, that like 500 command blocks, and this is nothing compared to that. But you know, it's still pretty impressive because this is all for one purpose, all these command blocks. So, you know, I'm doing my thing. Guess I kinda did something good. This is nice. Yeah, no. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to execute on behalf. I'm gonna add another limit here. Now, past 200, I could make it so your mana doesn't even show anymore, but you have it. But that'd be me being lazy. So, in the future, you might just see a random mana update in the middle of this stuff when I feel that I should extend this. But for right now, where I'm trying to make this as playable as quick as possible, and as quick as possible, hopefully is by the, because right now I think I have around 9 or 8 days until I go back to school. My first day of school is on the 22nd. Ah, oh, God. And I want to see if I can finish this and be able to play this before that time. But as you know, that might not be possible. I should at least get to advanced tier spells before I go back to school. But I'm not gonna only be playing Minecraft. That's the whole problem with this. If I was only playing Minecraft, this mana system would have been done like today. It would have been done yesterday. But you know, Minecraft is fun. It's just, it's not, Minecraft isn't as fun without other people playing it. Like, if you're just playing Minecraft by yourself, unless you have a lot of mods, it's like, how is this really fun? I mean, oh, okay, so, what you want to do is you want to execute on behalf of your mana heart, right? So, not all entities. We wouldn't want random people getting mana. Now, what? Hmm. I accidentally deleted the entire thing. I'm happy I didn't do that with something I had just typed out fully. I would have cried. Suppressing and clear with just mana hot equals. I think my mana heart score is currently at 4. There is a way we can very easily check. Mana heart is indeed at 4. So if the mana heart score is at 4, what it's going to do is it's going to not do this, but I mean that's cool I guess. I'm gonna tag all in with mana heart all scores equal to mana equals to 205. Oh no, to 200 in general. Would they add limit 4? Always active. So this adds limit 4 to me no matter where I'm at within the 4th mana heart. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, pretty cool. I want to keep up the pattern, so. No, that makes it look weird. Just go inward, please. Thank you. Whoa. That doesn't exactly keep up any pattern, but execute on behalf of all players with the tag equal to limit. Is this limit 3 or 4? I'm not exactly sure. It's limit 4, right? Yeah. Wouldn't want to execute on behalf of people limit 3 and we're on limit 4 now. That would be bad. Limit 4. And we would want to go with scores now as well. With scores equal to mana 1 to mana 205. What it's going to do is it's going to scoreboard players, set all players with mana scores of 205 and a tag equal to limit 4 to mana 200. This should set a limit on how much mana you can have. Huh? Did I scoreboard players set all? understanding what I did wrong. Scoreboard is spelled right, right? Scoreboard. Players set. All players, what score is equal to this. So why is this wrong? I'm not understanding what I did wrong. Yeah, no, I understand what I did wrong. There's no, I'm not telling it how where this shouldn't even be required because oh well, that's what was wrong though. You see, now the mana system is done for now. Yay, guys! When I'm adding spells, I'll probably go through and make a mana crystal system where you can get your mana back, and a passive meditation type thing too. But for now, the mana system is done. It's just a mana system for right now. I'm pretty happy with it. So we're just gonna go and hit one of these. This next thing will probably be the mana crystal. I'm very tempted not to do that. What I'll probably do is I'll build up, and then I'll put glass here, so that I could still see through, because I don't want to accidentally break any command blocks and not know because I didn't name any of these. That's a bad habit of mine. I need to start naming my command blocks with a hover note because I can identify, you know, what part of the mana system this is. Would truly be a shame if I broke into the wrong thing. Alright, so that's done. Yeah, and we'll put the mana crystals thing right over here. I don't want any of this to be showing because if even a small part is, somebody might come down here and think that they can mine in here, and I don't want that. Alright. I'll even get rid of that to just make this look like it was player made. But that's the mana system for now, guys, and bye.